The U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran over the weekend have eliminated almost all the senior leaders of the Islamic regime, but Iran's closest allies, China and Russia, have yet to offer any support beyond diplomatic gestures. To break it down, China affairs analyst Jing-Yואan offers his assessment of Beijing's next move and what the strikes mean to the CCP's Middle East and global agenda. NTD's Flora Hua has the story.
China, Iran, Russia, and North Korea are widely seen in the West as a new axis of evil. This China-led alliance has long sought to overthrow the U.S.-led world order. Chinese regime leader Xi Jinping has repeatedly touted his global agenda since 2021, which says the East is rising and the West is declining, and Iran is China's biggest ally in the Middle East. China affairs analyst Jing-Yואan says the strikes on Iran could come close to dismantling Beijing's plans to achieve global dominance.
Iran is Beijing's key foothold in the Middle East and its main leverage against the U.S. A regime change in Iran, especially toward a pro-U.S. government, would deal a major blow to the CCP, undoing years of regional investment. U.S. and Israeli strikes threatening Iran's regime could mark the start of this axis's fragmentation.
Moving on to energy, China relies heavily on oil imports. It's the top buyer of oil from Venezuela, Russia, and Iran, all of which are facing serious Western sanctions. Official data shows 80% of Iran's oil exports goes to China. The strikes on Iran once again put China's energy security on the line following the U.S. takeover of Venezuela's oil industry. Tang says tightening the control over China's energy supplies can reduce Beijing's ability to expand its global aggression.
The CCP is not energy self-sufficient and has long pursued a diversification strategy to avoid dependence on any single supplier. The Trump administration's approach aims to systematically restrict China's energy import channels. If those routes are narrowed to just one or two sources, Beijing's supply security would be significantly weakened. Without stable energy access, the CCP's capacity for external expansion would be sharply constrained.
But will Beijing provide Iran with military support? Tang says he believes the chances are minimal, saying he doesn't think China is keen to escalate tensions with the U.S. now, as Washington and Beijing are discussing details of inviting President Trump to visit China next month. And especially now as the large-scale military purges and political infighting within the CCP have intensified to unprecedented levels.
Xi Jinping is facing domestic and international pressures that have weakened his position. His invitation to Trump to visit China suggests he hopes to use the visit to strengthen his standing. If he were to provide military aid to Iran, it would risk a direct rupture with Trump, potentially even leading Trump to cancel the trip. At the same time, the CCP understands that the latest U.S.-Israel strike on Iran reflects strong resolve. If Trump acts, he likely intends to secure a decisive outcome. Limited Chinese military support to Iran would be unlikely to change the situation and could instead backfire on Beijing.
Tang says the CCP would definitely prioritize its own survival over that of its allies at critical moments. Just weeks ago, Beijing withheld support to its close friend, Venezuela dictator Nicolas Maduro, when he was captured by U.S. troops. Flora Hua, NTD News.